You will notice that in this world people search for peace in many different places. Some run after fame, thinking that once they are recognized by the world they will be content. Others chase wealth, imagining that the more they have, the happier they will be. But what happens when someone has already tasted the height of fame? When the entire world knows their name, when they have all the money, all the comfort, and yet there's still a void deep inside. That's when the journey truly begins. Not the journey to the next award or the next mansion, but the journey to the soul, a journey toward truth. Today, many people are talking about Denzel Washington. Yes, the actor we've known for decades. He's been honored, awarded, respected by the world. But what's capturing attention now isn't his performance on screen, it's a transformation that's happening within, a change that's spiritual, a direction that leads to the one who created us all. When someone like Denzel Washington turns toward Islam or even expresses a deep respect for it, it shocks people. Why? Because they assume he has everything. They assume that someone like him, who can dine with kings and walk the red carpet without question, would never feel the need to bow down in submission to a higher power. But the truth is, the more you have of this world, the more you realize how empty it is without the connection to the one who made you. Many don't know that Denzel Washington has always spoken about his belief in God. He often encourages young people to stay close to their spiritual roots. But recently, what drew global attention was his growing admiration for Islam, his mention of its values, its structure, and the discipline it offers in a chaotic world. It was not just a passing comment. It reflected an internal transformation. When you listen to someone speak sincerely about the way they've observed Muslims, how they pray, how they fast, how they honor their Creator, you start realizing that Islam touches hearts in ways beyond imagination. There comes a moment in life when the noise of this world starts to fade, even if only for a short while, and the soul begins to whisper. That whisper grows louder each day, asking questions that cannot be answered with fame, money, or applause. A person may rise to the peak of worldly success, recognized globally, celebrated endlessly, yet still feel something is missing. That emptiness is not because the world has given too little, but because it can never give what the heart truly needs. No amount of attention or admiration from people can replace the sweetness of knowing your Creator and connecting with Him. When someone who has tasted everything the world has to offer begins to feel unsettled inside, it is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of awakening. The soul was never created for this world. It was created for a higher purpose, and no matter how far a person goes, the soul will keep calling until it finds its peace. The beauty is that the heart never stops searching, and when it seeks sincerely, it will be led toward the truth. There's something very powerful about watching someone who has everything in the material world start to turn their focus toward the spiritual. It reminds us that success and peace are not always found in the same place. Someone may have all the achievements but still feel like a traveler searching for home. When that happens, it often leads them toward exploring faith, purpose, and the meaning behind life itself. And among all the paths, one begins to shine brighter than the rest. That path is the path of Islam. People around the world are witnessing something remarkable. Celebrities, thinkers, athletes, and artists, people who have tasted every flavor of this world, are beginning to admire and explore Islam. They don't arrive at this out of desperation, but out of curiosity and reflection. They see the discipline in the lives of Muslims. They witness the calmness, the strength, the humility in those who pray 5 times a day, fast in Ramadan, and live with purpose. And it makes them wonder, what is it that keeps these people grounded while the rest of the world seems lost? When someone like Denzel Washington, known for wisdom, eloquence, and influence, begins to speak positively about Islam or finds himself drawn to its teachings, it sends a powerful message. It shows that Islam is not a religion for the weak or the desperate. It's a way of life for the sincere and thoughtful. People don't turn to Islam because they have no other options. They turn to it because they recognize it as the best option. They see its beauty, its order, its connection with the Creator, and they realize that this is what their heart has been missing all along. The journey toward Islam often begins with admiration. It starts with observing, watching how Muslims speak, noticing how they carry themselves, paying attention to how they treat their parents, how they feed the poor, how they pray. Something about it stands out. there's a clarity that cuts through the noise of the world. And once the heart sees that clarity, it cannot unsee it. It begins to move slowly, gently toward the light. It's not about changing your culture, your name, or your background. Islam is not tied to a country or a race. It's not foreign. It's not strange. It's natural. It fits like a key in the lock of the heart. It speaks the language of the soul. When someone embraces Islam, they are not entering something new. They are returning to something ancient and pure. They are coming home. And that is why when someone like Denzel Washington, with decades of experience in the public eye, begins to explore Islam, it is not something small, it is not a passing phase. It is the beginning of a deep and meaningful journey. It's not about leaving one identity for another. It's about discovering the identity that was always meant for you. An identity rooted not in fame or status, but in submission to the Creator of the heavens and the earth. People sometimes ask, why would someone so successful be drawn to Islam? The answer lies in what Islam offers. It offers a path of structure, discipline, compassion and peace. It doesn't ask you to leave your logic behind, it strengthens it. It doesn't silence your questions, it answers them. It gives your life meaning, your actions purpose and your heart tranquility. In a world where people often chase what feels good in the moment, Islam teaches restraint. It teaches patience. It teaches that not everything that glitters is gold and not every desire is worth chasing. It teaches you to pause, reflect and remember your end. It shifts the focus from temporary pleasure to eternal reward, from impressing people to pleasing your Creator. And that shift is life-changing. There's something incredibly powerful about watching someone who has been on the cover of magazines, who has walked red carpets and stood in front of thousands, choose to bow his head in prayer not to a camera, but to his Lord. That moment is more beautiful than any movie, more powerful than any speech, because in that moment the soul is free from the need to impress, free from the weight of image, free to just be a servant. And this is what Islam brings. It brings freedom through submission. The world teaches that freedom is doing whatever you want, but Islam teaches that real freedom is doing what pleases the one who created you. Because only then will your heart be truly satisfied. The world constantly changes. What is praised today may be mocked tomorrow. What is trendy today may be forgotten in a week. But truth doesn't change, and Islam is truth. Its teachings remain the same across time and space. Its values don't depend on popularity. They are rooted in the unchanging wisdom of the Creator. When someone like Denzel Washington begins to appreciate the message of Islam, it is a reflection of a deeper awakening. It's not about abandoning what he had, it's about upgrading what he knew. It's about filling the gaps that fame could never fill. It's about finding peace not on the red carpet, but on the prayer mat. And that's the beauty of Islam. It brings everyone to the same place. Whether you are a billionaire or a beggar, when you stand in prayer, you stand shoulder to shoulder. Your worth is not measured by your achievements, but by your sincerity. Your honor is not based on your name, but on your piety. And your success is not determined by people's applause, but by your Creator's acceptance. In a world where people are constantly chasing recognition, Islam teaches you to chase forgiveness. In a world that pushes arrogance, Islam promotes humility. In a world that celebrates ego, Islam encourages servitude. And when someone begins to see this, they cannot ignore it. They begin to realize that everything they were searching for, peace, clarity, purpose, it was always there, waiting for them, and all it took was a sincere heart to begin the journey. When someone steps into Islam, they don't lose who they are. They discover who they were always meant to be. It's not a matter of fame or fortune. It's a matter of the heart that begins to whisper in the quiet hours, the heart that feels restless despite having everything. That heart is seeking its true home. And it will keep seeking until it finds the one who created it. I thought for 9 seconds. You will discover that true peace will begin the moment the forehead will touch the ground and the heart will admit that it will never belong to anyone but the one who created it. Because as long as a person will be standing tall on the stage of ego, applause will drown out the whisper of the soul. But the instant sujood will happen, the noise will fade and the soul will breathe. A person will live years chasing validation, chasing numbers, chasing positions. But the day he will bow sincerely will be the day he will understand that peace will not be a place he will travel to, it will be a posture he will return to again and again, a posture of humility before the Lord of the worlds. He will realize that every sleepless night, every restless hour, every anxious thought will be a symptom of a heart that will be disconnected from its source. And every time he will stand, bow and prostrate, he will be rewiring his life around what will truly matter. He will not need a crowd to tell him he will be valuable. He will not need a platform to assert he will be successful, because the one who will see him in the quiet of the night will already know. And that knowledge will be enough to settle the shaking inside him. He will learn that peace will not be purchased, it will be practiced, it will not be inherited, it will be chosen 5 times a day. He will shut the door on the world and he will open the door to serenity, and he will keep doing it until his heart will understand that nothing will compare to it. He will walk through life and he will witness how people will confuse distraction for happiness. They will scroll, they will binge, they will consume, and they will believe that the fullness of their screens will translate to the fullness of their hearts. But he will know that the heart will never be full until it will bow. He will know because he will have tried everything else. He will have filled his calendar, his bank, his house, and still a silence will echo. Then he will try filling his sajjada with tears. And that echo will turn into a song of gratitude. He will begin to measure his day, not by how many meetings he will attend, not by how many deals he will sign, not by how many followers will click, but by how many moments his heart will be alive in remembrance. How many impulses he will restrain for the sake of Allah. How many acts of kindness he will hide so that only Allah will see them. How many hurts he will forgive because he will be longing for the forgiveness of the most merciful. The more he will do this, the more he will notice that peace will be less about what will happen outside him and more about what will be cultivated within him. Storms will still come. Insults will still be thrown. Losses will still arrive uninvited, but the one who will bow will anchor his heart in the one who will never change. So while the world will shift, he will remain steady. He will learn that the forehead on the ground will be the highest position he will ever occupy. He will understand that when he will lower himself to the one above everything, he will be raised above the things that used to pull him down. He will no longer be enslaved by opinion, by trend, by fear of missing out, because he will be busy fearing the one who will hold his heartbeat in his control. He will realize that anxiety will multiply when the future will be placed in the hands of people. But tranquility will grow when the future will be trusted to the one who will already know it. He will not need certainty about outcomes. He will need certainty about the controller of outcomes. And that certainty will be cultivated on a prayer mat, in sujood, in whispered du'as at dawn, in tears that will never be trending but will always be treasured by the most kind. He will see how Islam will teach him to pause before he will speak, to think before he will act, to remember before he will respond, to forgive before he will sleep, to ask before he will begin, to thank before he will complete. And in that rhythm, peace will not visit him, it will live with him. He will then step into another realization. The greatest role he will ever play will be that of a servant of Allah, because the world will cast him in 1,000 roles. Some will praise him, some will attack him, some will misunderstand him. But the script that will matter will be the one he will write with his deeds and intentions. He will be asked by the world to be bigger, louder, more visible. But servitude will ask him to be purer, truer, more sincere. He will notice that titles will not impress the one who will have created every king. That awards will not persuade the one who will have written every destiny. That reputations will not rescue a heart if the heart will be bankrupt of taqwa. So he will start to live differently. He will start to measure differently. He will start to succeed differently. Success will no longer be an arena filled with people chanting his name. Success will be a grave filled with light, because he will have spent his breaths for the sake of Allah. He will live in a world that will coach him to build a brand, but servitude will teach him to build an afterlife. He will see people curating images of their lives while neglecting the image of their hearts. He will see people rehearsing their lines but forgetting their prayers, practicing their accents but ignoring their repentance. He will understand that the most important audition will not be done before directors but before the Lord of the worlds. And for that audition he will need no costume, only sincerity, no makeup, only humility, no script, only truth. And he will keep repeating to himself that the greatest applause will not be from people, but will be the moment he will be told that his efforts will be accepted, his sins will be forgiven, his striving will be seen. He will remember that the prophets will have walked the earth, not as celebrities but as servants. They will have led with humility, they will have cried in the night, they will have carried the concerns of people in their hearts, they will have bled for truth, they will have been mocked, threatened, rejected, yet they will have remained servants. And that will redefine greatness for him. It will no longer be the mountain everyone will see. It will be the mountain of deeds that only Allah will see. It will no longer be the peak of attention. It will be the peak of obedience. He will start to value the secret charity over the public donation, the night prayer over the daytime speech, the sincere apology over the polished excuse, the hidden patience over the visible performance of patience. And in all of this he will taste a sweetness that will never be posted, yet will never be forgotten by the one who will record every atom's weight of good. He will experience moments when the ego will demand its due, when the nafs will insist on recognition, when pride will whisper that he will deserve to be treated better. And in those moments he will remind himself that he will not be here to be served, he will be here to serve. He will remember that the messenger will have said that the strong one will not be the one who will overpower others, but the one who will control himself in anger. So he will make servitude practical. He will lower his voice when it will want to rise. He will say salam first when his pride will want the other to speak. He will give way on the road when his ego will want to be first. He will write the apology when his soul will argue that it will not be his fault. He will give before being asked. He will thank before being given. He will forgive before being begged. He will perform all these small acts of servitude, and he will watch how they will accumulate into a character that will be heavy on the scales. He will witness how the world will call servitude weakness, but he will know it will be strength, because it will take more courage to bow to Allah than to rise against Him. It will take more strength to forgive than to retaliate, more depth to be sincere than to be popular, more wisdom to choose the unseen reward over the seen temptation. He will see how the one who will enslave himself to desires will be tossed around by every trend, but the one who will enslave himself to Allah will walk straight, even if the world will curve. He will see how the one who will worship people's opinions will change his morals to keep his fans, but the one who will worship the one will preserve his morals to keep his pleasure. He will determine again and again that he will not sell his akhirah for a moment of dunya applause, that he will not decorate his feed while neglecting his deeds, that he will not aim to be viral while forgetting to be viable on the day when deeds will be weighed. He will teach himself that servitude will not be passivity, it will be purposeful action. He will not withdraw from life, he will engage it with sincerity. He will not retreat from excellence, he will pursue it to honor the one who will have given him talents. He will not abandon leadership, he will practice it as amanah, not as a throne. He will not stop dreaming, he will align his dreams with eternity. He will not seek less, he will seek better. He will not be less ambitious, he will be differently ambitious. He will want Jannah more than he will want jerseys. He will want mercy more than he will want medals. He will want acceptance more than he will want awards. And that reorientation will allow him to live in this world fully without being owned by it. To use the blessings without being used by them. To walk among people while his heart will remain with Allah. He will keep reminding himself that every sajda will polish the mirror of his heart. Every act of service will soften the soil of his character. Every withheld sin will water the tree of his iman. Every tear shed in the night will irrigate his future on a day when there will be no shade except the shade granted by the most merciful. He will remind himself that true peace will not begin when problems will end. It will begin when the heart will be anchored in the one who will manage those problems. And true greatness will not begin when people will recognize him. It will begin when he will recognize himself as a servant. He will hold this dual realization like two wings, and he will fly with them through the noise, through the tests, through the temptations, always returning, always bowing, always serving. Because he will know that nothing will calm the storm of the ego like sujood, and nothing will dignify the human being like servitude to the Lord of all beings. You will realize that Islam will not be a wall that will restrict you. It will be a mirror that will show you your true potential. The moment someone embraces Islam, the world might expect that they will lose what they had, that they will be walking away from their success, from their influence, from their progress. But the reality will be entirely different. Islam will not take away the good from your life. It will give it direction. It will not strip you of your skills. It will purify your intentions. It will not erase your past. It will redeem it. It will not destroy your identity. It will anchor it. You will start to live with purpose, not just presence. You will not just move. You will move meaningfully. You will not just breathe. You will breathe with gratitude. You will not just speak. You will speak with responsibility. That is what Islam will do. It will not erase who you are. It will refine you into the best version of yourself. The world will often misunderstand this. When someone known by millions embraces Islam, the world sees a loss of status, but that person feels an increase in value. The world sees restrictions, but the soul feels release. The world sees rules, but the heart feels relief. Because Islam will not be chains around your body. It will be the key that unlocks your spirit. You will discover that the freedom you once thought you had, the kind that encouraged you to do whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted, was not freedom at all. It was slavery to your desires. True freedom will come when you gain control over those desires, when you no longer live as a servant to trends, temptations, or opinions, but you live as a servant to the one who made you. And that is the essence of success. There will be people who will question your decisions. They will ask why someone like you who had everything would need religion. But what they will not understand is that what you had was never enough. You may have had money, but your heart was poor. You may have had fame, but your soul was lonely. You may have had recognition, but you were still searching for meaning. And the moment you discovered Islam, you will have discovered wealth that no currency can buy, love that no fan can provide, and recognition that will matter not in this life but in the next. That is the beauty of this path. It makes you see the difference between living for the moment and living for eternity. What Islam will do is something no worldly system can match. It will give your success a scale. It will tell you what matters and what doesn't. It will take your sleepless nights and give them peace. It will take your stress and give it a purpose. It will take your ambition and give it a direction. And most of all, it will remind you that you were never meant to chase people. You were always meant to chase the pleasure of the one who created people. When you live like that, your actions will change. Your mindset will change. Your habits will change. And most importantly, your heart will change. You will begin to understand that waking up for Fajr will be more satisfying than staying up for likes. That giving in secret will be more fulfilling than earning in public. That forgiving someone who wronged you will be more honorable than retaliating for the world to see. Islam will teach you that true power will be in restraint. True beauty will be in modesty. True honor will be in obedience. And true success will not be on the front page, but on the day when your book of deeds will be opened. And when someone like Denzel Washington begins to move closer to Islam, it shows us that even those who have reached the summit of worldly achievement realize that there's still a mountain higher than all others, the mountain of submission. When you climb that mountain, you do not stand above others, you bow before your Lord, and in that bowing you find what the world never gave you. That's why embracing Islam is not a fall from status, it is a rising purpose. What makes this journey so beautiful is that Islam does not expect you to be perfect. It expects you to be sincere. It does not expect you to know everything. It expects you to want to learn. It does not expect you to never sin. It expects you to repent when you do. It gives you room to grow. And every step you take closer to Allah will be met with mercy, with compassion, with open doors that were always there waiting for your arrival. That's the kind of success that no trophy can give. Because the reward is not gold or silver, it is peace in your heart now and paradise in your future. People will often confuse Islam with deprivation, but in reality it is elevation. It teaches you to walk through life with your head high, not out of arrogance but out of dignity. It teaches you to lower your gaze, not out of weakness but out of strength. It teaches you to control your tongue, not out of fear but out of wisdom. It teaches you to give, even when you have little. To smile, even when you are tired. To help, even when no one thanks you. These teachings shape a person into someone who not only succeeds in this world, but walks towards success in the hereafter with every step. And you will not have to be broken to find Islam. You will not have to hit rock bottom to search for your Lord. All you will need is sincerity. That's all it will take. A heart that truly wants to know, that genuinely seeks guidance, that is humble enough to admit that despite having everything, it still needs the one who gave it all. And when that heart calls out, the answer will always come. The doors will open, the path will appear, and you will feel a sweetness that no audience ever gave you, a calmness that no applause ever brought, a meaning that no movie script ever captured. There will be moments when your soul will whisper to you in the middle of the night, when your heart will feel heavier than your success, when the lights will go out, and you will realize that the only light that matters is the one that will guide you to your Lord. That moment is a gift. Because in that moment you are being called, you are being invited, you are being honored, not by this world but by the one who owns it. And when you respond to that call with sincerity, you will begin a journey that will take you beyond the limits of this world and into the safety of the next. People around you may not understand, they may question, they may doubt, but the peace you will feel in your chest will be enough to carry you through. You will begin to prioritize differently. You will think differently, you will live differently, you will still smile, you will still succeed, but now everything you do will have meaning. You will understand that your success is no longer measured by how loud the world applauds, but by how pleased your Lord is with you. You will see how Islam will embrace every part of your life. It will not be something you do once a week or at the end of your life. It will be something you live. It will guide how you speak to your parents, how you treat your neighbors, how you spend your time, how you manage your wealth, how you handle hardship, how you express gratitude. It will elevate your character, it will refine your choices, it will beautify your soul. And you will begin to taste the sweetness of something this world cannot provide. The sweetness of waking up and knowing that your life has purpose. The sweetness of bowing down and knowing that your Lord is listening. The sweetness of making a mistake and knowing that forgiveness is one sincere tear away. The sweetness of being unseen by the world, but fully known and loved by the one who created you. That sweetness will make every challenge worth it. Every sacrifice will feel like a step closer. Every difficulty will feel like a means of purification. This is the beauty of Islam. It doesn't ask for you to be extraordinary to begin. It asks you to begin so that you can become extraordinary in the sight of the one who made you. It gives you a ladder to climb step by step, and it promises that for every effort there is reward. For every pain there is healing. For every stumble there is a way back. It does not demand perfection. It invites growth. And that invitation will remain open for as long as your heart beats. If someone like Denzel Washington, surrounded by the glitz and glamour of the world, can look beyond it and see the beauty of Islam, what's stopping the rest of us? Let his journey inspire you, not because of who he is, but because of what he's turning toward. That direction is the same one we should all be turning toward purpose, peace, and the one who created us. And remember, those who sincerely seek the truth will find it, because the truth isn't hiding, it's waiting.